Hello, everyone. My name is Bilal from the Process Mining team. Welcome to another episode of our use case series. These are all real world examples that came from you, our customers. And as always, these examples or questions, they're brought up to our attention, and I share kind of why these use cases were brought up, as well as how we achieve this type of analysis using ServiceNow's process mining. Today, we're going to quickly look at some tips and tricks regarding bottleneck analysis. Bottleneck analysis, it's a feature we have with process mining that helps you, in my opinion, really quickly identify some easy wins. A lot of our customers know about this feature, but they tend to use it sparingly and sometimes at the wrong times. If you use it at the right time, I'll say I feel like it can save you a lot of energy and help you be more efficient with your analysis. So let's take a look at some really quick examples. So as you can see, we have our handy dandy process mine here where we have mined 40,000 incidents, right? So this is an incident lifecycle. And we have kind of our ideal path in general, right? It goes from new to work in progress to resolve to close, right? That's usually our ideal path. And we want to identify where are the bottlenecks, right? Where are we, spending time that's not ideal, right? Where are we hitting some states and staying in those states for too long, which is contributing to, bad MTTR. Now, in process mining, we have this button here that many of you probably already know of is bottleneck analysis. And in my opinion, and what I've helped a lot of people do is one of the first things you should really be doing once your process map loads is clicking on this button. Because when you click on this button, again, without filtering or going down anything, you get to see some interesting information, right? You can, first of all, filter these or sort them by unique occurrences, right? So you'll see the largest number of these transitions showing first, right? You can also sort by total duration, right? So seeing what's contributing to the most amount of time here, right? And in some cases, these are fine, right? Things going from resolve to close, that's great. That's what we want to see, right? Things from going to awaiting caller straight to resolve, that's great too, right? These are things we want to see. But if you scroll down, maybe there are things that I don't like seeing as often, right? So, for example, when I see things going from in progress to awaiting caller, that's not ideal, right? Things moving to the awaiting caller state means we're going to increase the time to close on this incident on average, right? And you can see things like some statistics up here, your max repeat occurrences, your average duration, standard deviations, etc. And what I want to note here is this max repeat occurrences is helpful. A lot of people don't tend to look at this statistic very often, but it's a good one, right? Max repeat occurrences mean that there is an incident in here, at least one, right? That went from in progress to awaiting caller 9 times in the same incident. It went from in progress to awaiting caller, then maybe it went back to in progress, then back to awaiting caller, or whatever during its life cycle. It repeated that 9 different times, right? So this gives you a good idea of seeing, maybe there's not a lot of control that there is, or maybe we're not being efficient with our time when we're speaking to that caller, right? You can see the average duration of just this transition, right? So this isn't the average duration of the entire incident, but rather this in progress to awaiting caller. So this can more or less tell you, right, whenever we move something to awaiting caller, we're increasing the time of this incident by 2 days, right? And then the total duration, right? How much this one transition is contributing to your overall, like all of the records that we've mined, and that's 23 years of time, things going from in progress to awaiting caller, right? So this is a really nice jumping off point to start your analysis of saying like, hey, I want to look at some state transitions and see where I'm being inefficient. What's really good is that this is all interactable as well. So if I clicked on this, it's going to build a transition filter here, and all I have to do is hit this apply button, and it's going to actually filter down my process map. So now it's only showing me those 4.2 thousand cases that went from, I think we were looking at in progress to awaiting caller, right? So it's only going to show me those records specifically. Now, if I go, let's apply this, and let's clear this actually. Now, we're back at our 40,000 records here. If I click on this bottleneck analysis one more time, a really good tip that a lot of people don't actually know about is this search bar right here, right? There's a big search bar, and what you can do is, let's say I know there's a transition I want to look at, right? So if I typed in awaiting caller, it's going to actually only show me the records, the transitions that have awaiting caller in them, right? Awaiting caller to in progress, awaiting caller to closed, awaiting caller to awaiting caller. That's weird, right? We could take a look into that. So what I want to look at specifically is closed, right? Because I want to see anytime something is closed, if it's going back into another state, right? So in this case, resolved to closed, great. In progress to closed, fine, right? But I see this closed back to work in progress, right? And if I wanted to see just the ones that started with closed, all I would have to do is kind of add a space here, right? And now it's going to show me just closed to in progress, closed to resolve, closed to closed, closed to work in progress. And I can start choosing these as well, just like I did before. If I click on close to in progress, for example, it's going to build that transition filter for me. And I'm going to hit apply, and it's going to filter it down. Now, these are all dynamic, right? Just like everything else. I can keep scrolling through the bottleneck analysis, right? So if I look at this bottleneck analysis, it's going to show me what's going on, right? So bottleneck analysis is always dynamic to whatever you have on the map currently. So these were just a few kind of tips and tricks I wanted to share with you all because, while a lot of people know where the bottleneck analysis is, I don't think they're using it early enough. And I also don't think that they're building out these transitions specifically, right? Interacting with it in a more dynamic way. And also they're not using that search bar enough. That search bar is priceless. Very, very helpful. It helps you drill down to exactly what you want. So as always, thank you all for watching. Appreciate your time and good luck finding some good insights.